medic unit probably between 5 and 10 calls per day is what it makes. Yes. And in some places are busier, and some places aren't as busy.
A firefighter and a paramedic at the same time?
Not always. When you get hired as a firefighter, if you aren't an EMT, which is a basic, you go through that school at the same time, and then afterwards you can become a paramedic, or you can go through paramedic school through different colleges here in the area before you become a firefighter. So I will watch the clock, and I will know when it's been a minute, and then I've counted your heart rate, as well as sometimes when I give medication, I give over an amount of time. Say I'm supposed to give you this amount of medication over 5 minutes, I make sure I do that, or the medication that I can repeat. Like I can give you again in 5 minutes. I look and I see, okay, it's about 10:45 and I just gave you medicine. I can give you medicine in 5 minutes. And so then I will know at 10:50 I can give you medicine again. And it'll tell me how fast your heart is beating too. This will be how fast your heart is beating. And then there'll be a number over here. When it's done, it'll show me. That tells me that there's 97% is awesome. Change this piece. I can make it a little bit smaller for like the babies. Like it'll be too big for their finger. So then there's a little sticker. I take this one off and there's a new cord and it's a little sticker that goes over their finger.
But can you make one smaller for a newborn?
Mm-hmm. That little sticker will go on even a newborn. This is so that our dispatchers can tell us of calls, and that we can communicate with the dispatcher saying that we know where we're going or we've arrived, and then sometimes we tell them we're on our way to the hospital, and then we tell them when we get. Some other circumstances where it's a medical, like carbon monoxide in your house, say you're having light headaches, a little bit of redness in the skin, that we could probably do multiple patients to keep a family together to go to the hospital like that. I wouldn't say there's only one. Generally we try to do one, but there's obviously different circumstances where we'll do more than one.
Or if a kid is hurt and needs to ride in the ambulance, their mom or dad
Yes, mom and dad will
bench
always
ride
sit
with
back
them.
here with the children. Bigger emergencies where we need more help. So some of the firefighters from the engine will go to the hospital with us and help. So they have seat belts too back here. This is a good time to be in an ambulance. You don't want to be on the cot. That means you're hurt or you're sick and you need a doctor. We like it better when you go to see your doctor just because you're having, maybe you have a cold or something.
What's that seatbelt down there for?
It's to help because you're laying down and you're not sitting like in your car where you have your seatbelt on and you're in your seat or booster chair. This helps make sure your legs don't squeeze around. Because sometimes ambulances get in car accidents too. And so we have to make sure that you're not going to fall off of the cot, because that would be bad. And I have a seat belt that I wear. That way, if something does happen, I don't go flying around either, just like in your car. You just push, and that lets the release, and then we pull it out. And then the wheels pop down when Caleb pulls the handle. And now it's out. And there's a little latch up here to make sure it doesn't come all the way out before we get the wheels down. So now it's free, so we can go wherever we want.
If someone's there, you just go there fast.
We get there as quickly as we can without causing anybody else to have an accident.
If you have someone in here and you somehow go over the speed limit, the police car needs to pull you over, do they pull you over at the hospital since you have someone that needs to get to the hospital?
They generally don't pull us over. If I'm going faster than the speed limit on the way to the hospital, it's because it's an emergency and I have my license sirens on, and they won't pull me over going faster than the speed limit. I don't know if I don't have my license sirens and I'm going 100 miles an hour, they might think something's different and they probably would try and pull me over to see why I'm going 100 miles an hour without my license sirens on.
How do you turn the sirens?
There's a button up front that's a computer similar to this, and then there's a knob to turn on the siren. The lights are on a button like this up front.
It just plugs in right here. And if we go to a call and we're not wearing our seatbelts, because sometimes we have to get up and move
They
around.
are. I saw the
to do
police.
stuff while
I think
we're
he's
driving.
parked back
But if we
behind
have to
the
stop,
engine right now.
so we don't
yes,
go up and hurt ourselves.
They are here.
This will catch us. It's like a big net.